Hi all. Today I was implementing form authentication login page in MVC application and I just thought of recording what I have done till now so that any beginners would get some help from this video. I hope so. Okay, so let's begin. The first thing that I have done to implement login is to write a model class. So this is the model class that I have written. It's a very simple model class. It would accept the user ID and password and little bit of attributes decoration here. As you can see, the display uh, which would display it in better way, and the required data type password here for password, so that the password do not get displayed while user enter it. And the next step is to authenticate to my database, and my database table is already mapped with my entity model. It is auto generated classes, so you can see some of the fields here, and these fields according to given business logic, I'll have to, in my situation, I'll be using mobile number and password for authentication. Okay, so it can be anything according to business logic, but here on user interface I want to display username and password. Okay, let's proceed now. The next thing is to write the controller, and this is the controller I have just written few minutes back. So you can see the entity, database entity, that is mapped in the name of that, and here is my login page that would get displayed. So the view allow anonymous is the attribute that would allow this page to be accessed without even login. So because this would be the login page, uh, this would be accessible, that's why this has to be written. Okay, now let's go to the view. The view is also very simple. I have just created a, using create template, I just generated this view for user model, the model that I had just written, and you can see I have not changed anything except this value, because here by default create appears, so I changed it to login so that it becomes little meaningful. And then another action with the HTTP post, so that whatever value is posted by the application is captured and authenticated by our database. So you can see I have just used the collection form collection object to retrieve the user ID and password, and I am writing a link queue query where the logic is to find any user who has this mobile number and password. If it matches, then the value of C would be the ID, and database ID cannot be 0, so it has to be greater than 0. So check is here, and this is where I'm authenticating it, so that it gets authenticated, and the next page or next controller, which is my home controller, is has got called. Okay, so, and one more thing that you have to do is to set the form authentication mode and the login URL. So you can see my login controller, and the login page that would get rendered, the view would be this action. So this is what is written here, and that's all. It should work now. So the user ID and password is entered, and the home page index action is triggered because it was authenticated successfully. Okay, that's it. Thank you.